Hello everyone, welcome back to the Greenwood Mulliner Show here on Newcastle Fans TV. Today, me and Sam are joined by the British Super-Welterweight champion. And it's a big welcome to Troy Williamson. Troy, welcome to the show today.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you for getting me on.
No, it's an absolute pleasure. Let's get the main event. December 2nd, yourself, Troy, against Josh Kelly, live on Channel 5 on the Utilita Arena in Newcastle. Troy, can you please tell us why you are going to beat this Mackem?
I thought if I could, I don't know how to spin the camera around, but if I could spin the camera, I've got 1,200 tickets laid out in my front room, ready to be posted all this week. The support is unbelievable. So I'm not just doing it for myself, I'm doing it for the whole of the North East, and trust me, he's getting it.
It's such a great fight, not just for the North East, but it's a proper 50-50 domestic scrap. It's boxing at the moment with everything that's going on in the wider boxing world. There's things going on that aren't so positive, but stuff like this fight, the Savannah Marshall, Clarissa Shields fight the other week, it just restores your faith back into boxing. And it's a big deal as well for it to be on terrestrial TV. So as many eyes as possible get on this fight, isn't it, Troy?
Yeah, definitely. I think Channel 5 is the best platform, because not many people, obviously, you can see obviously the cost of living these days. Like, not many people can afford pay-per-view or can afford Sky, or I don't have Sky. I have one of them dodgy boxes. So. Like, not a lot of people can afford Sky or afford BT, and like you say, Channel 5, it's free. So yeah, it's great, and I think it's gonna do great numbers.
You talk about the fact it's on Channel 5 as well, Troy. Like I remember growing up just being a fan of boxing. Like I'm more of a casual fan. Sam's more in depth in terms of being a big boxing fan. But you always see real good talent emerge from Channel 5 fights onto, your bigger fights. And there's been some fantastic boxers over the years. Do you feel like you can continue with that?
Continue to grow on Channel 5?
Well, for yourself and just in your career, because you've seen other boxers as well that have, started out on Channel 5, etc., and move on to, bigger platforms. But I mean, bigger fights in general, like world title fights.
Yeah, definitely. But like you're saying, bigger platforms. I think Channel 5 is one of the biggest platforms because it's obviously it's free, and so anybody can tune in. I'd love to keep fighting on Channel 5.
Yeah. I don't see it as a bad thing at all. Bringing the big fights to terrestrial TV, as I say, it's a huge domestic fight. This is proper 50-50. I was watching the press conference when the fight was properly launched, and it was quite respectful, wasn't it, between you and Josh? I did sense maybe a bit of underlying needle there. Is that just a bit of domestic rivalry burning through?
I think the needle is just he's in my way. That's it, really. That's all it is. Like you said, there's no genuine bad blood. There's no genuine beef. It's a business at the end of the day. Whether I like him or I don't like him, he's gonna have to get dealt with on December 2nd.
I'm right in thinking you've sparred a lot with each other as well, so you know each other inside out and out. What are Josh Kelly's biggest weaknesses, and how can you exploit them?
His biggest weaknesses is obviously his lack of heart in previous fights. Obviously, as a lot of people have noted and a lot of people have mentioned, he doesn't really he gasses out. He doesn't really do. I don't think he's done the distance, or if he has, it's only against opponents that he should be getting rid of. So every time he's stepped up, he's been found out, and I think we're gonna. Obviously not find out again, obviously on December 2nd, because I think I don't know. Like, his biggest weakness is I think you've got to say his heart, because obviously when he's stepped up and he's had it rough and he's had it tough, then he's looked for a way out, in my opinion.
Yeah, I rewatched. In fact, I've got to be honest. I've rewatched it a couple of times. Your fight with Ted Cheeseman it was about 12 months ago now, wasn't it? And when we're on about heart, there was plenty of heart from both yourself and Ted that night. That was an unbelievable fight. Do you think that was not necessarily a turning point? Because let's face it, you're still undefeated, and but that night you won the title. You went in there on a Matchroom show as the B side, weren't you? And you've come out on top, and now you're the man in Britain in this weight division. What was so special about that night, in your opinion?
Nobody gave me a chance. A lot of people wrote me off. Close, obviously, I'm getting sick of saying it, but close friends. I had close friends that were writing me off. Thought I was me a beat and even backed against me. It's like, they're obviously not my friends. Obviously, I don't speak to them now. But I would like to say, obviously, I had a lot of self belief. Me, my coach, and my family, obviously, and me, like some of my close friends. I knew exactly what I was going to do. I knew exactly how it was going to play out, and yeah, I said it from the start. Obviously, it'll be a close fight, but at some point in that fight, it will catch fire. He'll revert back to old tactics. He'll stand and fight, and I'll be too big for him, and I'll get him out there. Exactly.
Self-belief is so important, Troy, and you hit the nail on the head there. Like, if you don't, I think loads of people say this, and especially sportsmen say this as well. If I don't believe in myself, who else is going to believe in themselves? And I think the fact that you touched about the fact that you took your closest friends not really giving you a chance, does that even spur you on even more? Because when you think of someone like people that you appreciate as close people aren't giving you that respect, if you like, does that even spur you on even more?
Yeah, I've been doubted me whole career. Well, not even just throughout my full career. Even before I started boxing, like, I was not going to with my life. So, like you say, I've been fighting since I was in boxing, just to hold down jobs, try to stay in school, things like that. So, been fighting for years, and obviously it's starting to all pay off now. And all these people that used to say that I was never going to do nothing, they all climb up the woodwork and, you know, act as if they're your best friends now. But obviously, I'll never forget where I come from, never forget who helped me, and I'll always never forget who wasn't there when I needed him.
On the complete flip side of that, your opponent didn't have to really scratch and claw his way up. He got the full kind of Matchroom Sky Sports treatment right at the start of his professional career, didn't he? And that the hype around Josh Kelly up until the Avanesium fight was absolutely monstrous. Do you think he's got more to prove now, more to prove than you do, because you've got the title and you've already kind of clawed your way and proved yourself up to this point?
I don't think so. Obviously, being British champion for me is just, there's plenty of hunger left. I'm not nowhere near the finished article, and I'm not nowhere near where I want to be in the sport. So I don't think he's as hungry as me. If you look at what he does. He's got a huge following. He's plenty of backing. Boo-hoo man. So, like you say, there's plenty of fight left in me, and I don't think there's nobody as hungry as me.
And I know you're going to say when you win on December the 2nd, Troy. And when you win, do you think that will be Josh Kelly's last fight? Because a lot of people are saying in your opinion, when he loses this fight, because I'm sure you're really, really confident that'll be a career-ending fight for Josh Kelly.
I don't know about career ending. All depends on how it finishes. If I'm honest, obviously, I will be winning the fight, and I'll be looking to win it in style, which is obviously, if I do take him out in devastating fashion, it could be the end, yeah. But who knows? He's only 28. He's a few years younger than me, so he's not old, is he? Got plenty of years left, and like you say, this is his first real step up at 154. I know he's fought twice at it before, but they were against nobody, so he's in with a real solid 154 fighter. December 2nd, and we'll see how much he really wants it when I.
You yourself are like pretty big for super welter. I mean, you could see that when you fought Cheeseman. I mean, you were completely towered over him. Is super welter? Is that where your future lies, or are you looking to step up eventually back up to middle?
Yeah, obviously I'll step up when I win a bit of shit title outright, unless obviously like a big opportunity comes, and then obviously I'll stay at super welter. Like, point is moving up if I make it comfortable. Obviously, I'm comfortable, obviously not. But with enough time, yeah, I make it pretty easy. A lot of people think I struggle to make the weight, but I've done it. I've done it 4 times now, and you can look at my performances. It doesn't look like I struggle to make weight once. Come on stronger as the fight goes on. So, like you say, with enough time, I've got a great nutritionist on board. So, 154 is where the future holds for now.
I think you talk about those later rounds, and everyone, I think, obviously, even I know this as a casual fan, it's the championship rounds, isn't it? Those like 9, 10, 11, 12, those last 4 rounds in particular. And then a lot of people are indicating, obviously, I'll say the experts, if you like, when doing the research, they're saying if you can get it to 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, it's yours to lose, Troy, because that's where you almost the same coming into your own, if you like. Do you have a game plan to get to there, or do you think you can get the job done earlier? I think that's probably the big question, really. Can you plan for certain events like that, or do you just think, right, let's just get it done as quick as possible?
No, obviously, I to be honest with you, I never really go in there looking for the stoppage, because when you do, it never comes, and you force some things. Like that, my last fight against that David Benitez, obviously I was forcing things and I was rushing things, but let's be honest, when you're fighting these type of guys that are just there to survive, all you got to do is attack him. If I stood off him and boxed him, and he wouldn't have landed a punch on me, but he'd have went the full round. He'd have went the full distance. Where I wanted to get him out there. Obviously, it's good to get the stoppage. So, like you said, the only way to do that was to attack him. So, like, obviously, them sort of guys make you look bad. So obviously, going into the Josh fight, I'm going to be ready, and I'm just going to apply smart pressure, and we'll see how he copes, because he's in for a tough night for as long as it lasts.
That's what I like to hear. I mean, this is obviously a fight you've wanted, because you turned up to his last fight, wasn't it? In a lovely black and white shirt. What was the thinking behind that? And was that done just to bait him in to get this fight signed, sealed, delivered?
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Obviously, people who can't see that are just playing stupid, to be fair. Like, for everybody from his side is fans or followers or whatever, saying that, like, I'm a fake. He was calling me a fake mag. It's ridiculous, you know. Like, turned up in the Newcastle top. There was only one reason I was doing it, and it was to get under his skin, and it obviously worked. And to be honest with you, I don't know why, because he didn't even support Sunderland. If you see the recent interview that I uploaded, he was saying that he doesn't really support Sunderland. He's not a big football fan, but now all of a sudden he must have woke up and he's a diehard Sunderland fan for some reason.
Why would anyone just wake up and decide to be a diehard Sunderland fan? That's really weird.
I don't know one man that doesn't like football. He must be the only bloke that I know that doesn't support football. It's mental.
I think it's just mind games, isn't it? It's mind games, and that you must have really got under his skin so much there, Troy. I think how important is mind games in preparation for in boxing matches and big boxing matches that you've got?
I think some people can ignore them, some people can't. Like, I'm in a group chat with the lads, and day in, day out, every second, minute, hour of the day, they're on your back. Like, if I post, doesn't matter what I post in, if I post a running, and it'll be too slow, or wherever you've been walking. So, like, I'm used to getting stick. So when people are trying to give me stick, or it goes through one ear and out the other, where you give him a little bit of stick or anything, and it just looks like he bottles it all up. Some people can take it, some people can't. I don't think you can take it. I find it funny. It's all fun and games for me.
I think the fight week press conferences could get a bit lively, because your promoter's not that shy about getting his gob working, and then obviously Caller's on Josh Kelly's side as well. Adam Boob's not shy as well. I think fight week's going to be pretty tasty.
Yeah, fight week will be good. I think it's close to the fight then. Not long to go. We're not far off now. 5 weeks. I think 5 weeks it'll sharp come around.
Where are you in terms of your training, Troy? Because I know, obviously, I think a lot of people. I think everybody appreciates what boxers put themselves through, honestly, on fight night. But the training that goes into it is absolutely unbelievable. Where would you say you're at right now?
As in what?
Just in terms of how ready you are for the fight. I know it's obviously there's still a few weeks away, but
A few weeks away. Sparring really well. Sparring good. I'm hitting some great times running. I'm a true athlete. I'm always in the gym, so like you say, I don't really need to get ready. I stay ready just a case of obviously maintain the weight. That's all it really. Just not overdoing things.
I mean, for people watching and listening now who don't sort of follow boxing or know what goes on behind the scenes in preparation for a fight, what does a normal day look like for you when you're preparing for a fight?
Well, I completely forgot what this interview. For one, I was in bed. Got the message there. I was in bed there. I thought, fuck, I forgot about this. It was meant to be 8 o'clock, wasn't it?
Yeah. That's all right.
I was fucking laid in bed there.
Just knock the Mackem out on the second and we're even. Don't worry.
Forget about it.
Early nights, early mornings, I'm up at 6 o'clock. Firstly, I go to Greg's, get a coffee. And then tomorrow I'm in the gym at 9:30 in the morning, hitting pads, a few bags, and then I'll run on the night. But usually it's run on the morning and then boxing tea time. Train twice a day, boxing 5 days a week, 3 runs a week, and 2 S&C sessions. So, yeah, that's tough.
I think I'd have enough after the first run. Never mind the 3 runs. Never mind that.
The fight comes at a perfect time. I get to enjoy the Christmas markets this year, which I've really got to do because the last couple of fights have been like the 22nd of December or the 21st or the 20th, so the markets have finished. So big win on the 2nd, and then be able to enjoy all the Christmas markets and just get nice and fat over Christmas.
that would be ideal for you. I always ask, when we've got different sportsmen that obviously aren't footballers in terms of like Newcastle United, I always ask who are your boxing heroes, for example, when we get a boxer. So who is your boxing hero? Who did you look up to, Troy, when you first looking into boxing?
Big clue in the background.
And I was more for the podcast listeners because they can't see what's behind you.
Oh, Mike Tyson is. I was a huge fan of Mike Tyson growing up. Miguel Cotto, Shane Mosley, and then my 3 favourite fighters, Roy Jones Jr.
Yeah, legends, absolute legends. Is it hard to kind of, because this is a huge fight in front of you, but is it hard to not look ahead to the future once you get the win on the 2nd of like world level fighters? Is there anyone that you particularly want to get in the ring with in the future?
I just want to take each fight as it comes, and then obviously just keep stepping up the opposition. Get rid of Josh firstly and foremost, and then I'll enjoy Christmas, and I'll have a think and look at where we're going to go, like in the new year. I'll definitely be enjoying Christmas after a nice big win. I don't want to talk about boxing after that.
Have you already got your celebrations planned? You say you want to go with the markets after the fight on the 2nd, but have you got it all planned in your head what you're going to do?
Nah, not really. I've got a few trips away. I've got a trip to London the week after a box, and London a week after that. Nah, not really. I'll just be chilling out, enjoying myself.
Too right. Don't blame you. I mean, obviously, things on the football pitch are going really well for Newcastle at the moment. The North East crowd always come out and support their own. How important is it that you tap into just a rejuvenated area in terms of sporting success at the moment to eventually sell out this Utilita Arena?
Oh, we bang on. Like the full North East is bouncing. It's Newcastle flying. Newcastle football team are flying. And there's some huge talent in the North East boxing wise, and we're only just starting to get the recognition. Like, I think it's just because it's a small, like I said, it's a small city. You look at the London, the Manchester fighters, they're all getting opportunities. Where look at Tommy Ward, for instance. Young Tommy Ward he should have been fighting for a world title years ago, but he's never had the opportunity. But it's coming, like you say. Fanny Marshall's flying the flag, Lewis Ritson, myself, Tommy, all the other youngsters coming through, John McForster, Joe Laws, there's loads. And obviously I think in a few years to come, then look at the McCormacks. In a few years to come, I think we can do a real good show up the northeast, and hope they sell out an arena.
I was just going to say, obviously, the Utilita is obviously a fantastic arena for boxing, but would it be special if potentially down the line, St James's Park, a sellout, you're headlining it for a world title fight? Would that be almost an ultimate dream, if you like, Troy?
Yeah, believe it or not, I don't even support Newcastle. I don't support Newcastle, me. But obviously, to sell out the St James's Park or sell out any northeast arena. I train in Middlesbrough. I've got a huge fan base in the Teesside, so even like the Riverside or Darlington, and anywhere, it'll be a dream come true.
Yeah, it absolutely would. But and you completely spot on about the northeast, the talent, the boxers up there now. They're just so many just awaiting big opportunities because the quality around that region at the moment's unreal. I mean, obviously Savannah was so unlucky the other week, and that was like an all-time classic. But like the talent on the undercard, even there was loads of northeast fighters on that undercard. The women, April Hunter, Georgia O'Connor. They're just the depth around the area now is just growing and getting better and better and better, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Like I said, it's not to mention you've got the McCormacks, Callum Fair, Mark Dickinson, Bobby Dalton from my gym, Cyrus Pattinson. And then you've got the women, Savannah, April, Georgia O'Connor. You could name. There's loads.
It would be a very deep undercard at St James's or the Riverside when that day comes.
Yeah, definitely. And like you say, obviously one day I think it'll come.
Out of all those boxers that you've named that are representing the Northeast incredibly well, apart from yourself, who of course will be a world champion, you're a world champion in waiting, Troy. Who, out of all those boxers that you've just mentioned there, who do you see has got the best chance of becoming a world champion?
There's a few on the brink. Like you said, there's Lewis Whitson and Tommy Ward. Savannah Marshall when she comes back. And then you've got all like the real hot prospects like Pat McCormack, Olympic silver medalist. Simon Patterson has just picked up a WBA Intercontinental title. So there's a few on the brink of world honours, and there's plenty coming through that in a couple of years. We'll be knocking at the door for world titles, definitely.
Yeah, completely agree. Going back on to the 2nd of December then, how does this fight end?
We're a Trojan win. Doesn't matter if it's stoppage or points. I won't be leaving the arena a loser, trust me.
We're certainly not betting against you. We're certainly not betting against you, Troy. We normally say wish you all the best and good luck. Just bring the W home. You don't need it. You're going to get the job done.
The W's coming home. Like I trained too hard, sacrificed so much, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Good man. Well, like I say, obviously we know the win's going to happen, so we're not going to wish you luck. We just know it's going to happen, and when you come back,
luck is for losers. Don't need it.
Exactly.
Luck is for losers.
You have to show us the belt when we have to show us all the victory parade, if you like, and then afterwards all the celebrations afterwards. That'd be fantastic. But Troy, thank you.
We'll jump back on. We'll jump back on afterwards, and I'll have all my food laid out on the floor. For me, we'll set it up.
Good man, Troy. Honestly, would like I say, thank you so much for doing this interview. I really do appreciate it. Obviously, not too far away from your fight. But Sam, where can everybody listen to this podcast?
Links are all in the description, as well as links for tickets for the fight at the Utilita Arena, Friday, 2nd of December. The Mackem's getting knocked out.
From myself, Jonathan Greenwood, my co-host Sam Mulliner, and our guest, Troy Williamson. We'll see you all very soon.
Thank you very much.